Stayed up till a little after 11 last night. Mainly just dicking around, not really doing anything of any importance. And then I couldn't get to sleep at all. I was up till at least 1, maybe till 3. I was chilly, I had the chills, I don't know, I just felt awful, just blah. So then around 3, the dogs start getting aggravated. I go downstairs, they want to go out, I'm not letting them. I use the flashlight on the porch, there's a raccoon out there, he takes off. So from then till about 5:30, I feel like the dogs kept alerting until I finally went outside, turned all the lights on outside, went out, saw the raccoon. He froze when the lights came on. And then brought in the bird feeders. So we're going to bring them in for a couple nights so that maybe he'll get the message and not come back. They wanted out so bad. Back to bed till 7:20. Dreamt I was in middle school, in class. The teacher's talking, doing some kind of skit. And what it turns out to be is that this is the last day for the year, until for 4 months, because of coronavirus. Come on, Bella. Hey. So I'm leaving, and these girls, these little middle school girls, come up to me and they're like, how do you make, and they're asking me about Dungeons & Dragons, how to make it interesting, how to make the characters, all the NPCs different, because I ran D&D in middle school. Nobody knew, so I only played for like a couple friends on the block. So I'm talking to them, and the principal comes up and needs to talk to me, so I go into his office, and his office has a bed in it, and there's some other little middle school girls there, and I sit down on the bed, and I don't remember why he wanted to see us, but he wanted to see us while everybody else was going to buses and everything. And this middle school was I didn't recognize it from anywhere. It doesn't look like any of my schools that I went to as a kid. So I left the room for a minute for some reason. When I come back, there's only just one little girl with short brown hair left, and she's talking that the others left, and the principal left, and I'm like, well, that's rude. And I look up, and there's a mannequin on the other side of this room, kind of in a dark corner. It's wearing a mask, like a Halloween mask. And I was like, Jesus Christ, that's terrifying. What is that doing here? That's all I remember. It's 37 degrees this morning. And that is, minus 32 is 5. Times 5 is 25. Divided by 9 is 25 minus 18 is what, 7? So 2.7 degrees. Because 7 times 9 is 63, I believe. Yeah, 2.77 centigrade. It's cold. There goes 2 of them. I can't really see anything but the tails. So down there, we saw them up here. I think there must have been others over there. And we ended up between them. Oh, there she goes. They're so pretty. Come on, Bella. They're gone. So, they're back together, hopefully. Come on. Afternoon walk. I've been working all day on Patreon. I did not think it would take this long. But we're dealing with old... Hey, come here! Old journal entries and old tabletop gaming notes. And they're a mess. The journal entries, not so much. Those go up pretty easy. It's like, because they're short. From 1993 and 1992. But trying to get through my old notes and find like homemade maps that I can put up as bonus material and stuff like that, that's kind of a pain. I thought I'd totally misplaced one scenario that I wrote up and ran. I found it folded up because it was just written out. I didn't type anything up back then. Folded up and tucked into the front of a folder and like a pocket, and it was not where it was supposed to be. A lot of times I will take paper clips and I'll stick extra stuff into this. What I have is a folder that you can put paper in, so there's a bunch of paper in it, but it's also got a lot of extra stuff with stats for monsters and whatever. In this case, the whole scenario was just tucked into the, probably because it was so big, it was tucked into the flap in the front. It probably had kept falling out. And I finally was like, screw it. It had kind of a cool looking map, I thought. So I wanted that as bonus stuff. and then got everything up. So I'm set for Patreon with my role-playing journals all the way up till the end of the first week in February. So the first Saturday in February. Hey, come on. So one less thing I have to worry about after surgery. That's really all I did today in laundry. Mom baked banana bread, and I'm gonna fix this breakfast, a light breakfast for supper tonight. Because we're trying to eat like a kind of heavier lunch and then a lighter supper, which is a good idea. Yeah, I'm actually kind of excited about the role-playing journals I'm doing because they're from my first campaign ever that I really ran that lasted. It started in 1990 and I'm getting up to about 1993. Yeah, I hear it. But there's a lot of memories, and my early journals did not have a whole lot of details. But you've still got the basics of what happened and who did what, which I think is very cool. And now I'm gonna have I'm talking too much. Everything is gonna be laid out. I keep lists of what I upload to Patreon, and then separate lists for each separate campaign or whatever. And it's gonna be nice to be able to look at the list, see the titles that I've given these entries on Patreon, and be like, oh yeah, that was that game session. That's what we did that game. It was cool. Hey, stop eating stuff you find on the ground. So here's after dinner time.
My baby. There's my baby.
Hey, are you sleepy? Are you ready for bed? How about this one? Hey. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, sleepy girls.